What's up, everybody? Roy from the Tea Garden Historical Society here, Jesse behind the camera. And we want to thank everybody who came out today. On Monday, we had a great time hanging out, talking history. We received some awesome donations today. Super awesome. But if for anyone who missed today, we're going to run through some of the items we had on display this week. Columbiana County Part 2. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We have a lot of awesome artifacts here from Lisbon, Ohio. Some CDV photos, some cabinet cards, postcards. We love collecting all this stuff here at the Tea Garden Historical Society. Some photos there also from McKinley Elementary School. Yeah, I think we know a couple of those teachers there. And then some more Lisbon, Ohio history books there. Of course, the story about the Spirit Fruit Farm organization there. Great topic to study there if anyone's looking for something to catch up on. Yeah, let's go ahead and read the books there about the Spirit Fruit Farm. All right, yep, we're checking out the awesome artifacts here that we've collected so far that have to do with Lisbon, Ohio. Tons of history down there in Lisbon, one of the oldest villages right here in Columbiana County, Ohio. There's a yearbook there from Lisbon High School, 1919. So that goes back a few years. Tons of awesome pictures and history in there. Of course, a few brochures and some information there about the Johnny Appleseed Festival. Of course, they hold the festival there every September. Go down to Lisbon, Ohio, check out the Johnny Appleseed Festival. All kinds of entertainment there. You can buy almost anything you want, Apple related. Watch some awesome bands play live. Again, thanks a lot for watching so far. We're going to keep running through our display this week. Columbiana County Part 2. We're going to continue on here with the Sandy and Beaver Canal in Hanoverton, Ohio. So these are just some of the items we have so far about the Sandy and Beaver Canal. Some of these items we picked up down at the Hanover Township Historical Society. Other stuff we printed off the internet or done research on. Of course, an envelope there from R. Max Guard. Yep, the classic historian from this area. One of the co-authors of Sandy and Beaver Canal. Of course, great book there if you're looking to pick up more information about the Sandy and Beaver Canal. It has those maps in there. You can follow the whole path there of the Sandy and Beaver Canal, even as it comes into Columbiana County, leaves in East Liverpool. There was some information there about Edward Gill, his obituary right there. All kinds of information there. Super little writing, but if you ever need a copy of this, feel free to come down to the Tea Garden Historical Society any Monday. We're down here 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, so that was the Sandy and Beaver Canal. So now we're going to check out the Winona, Ohio, New Garden, Ohio, and overall Columbiana County history. We got a few books there that deal with most of the history of Columbiana County. And then we have some information there about Winona, Ohio. Huge history in Winona. If you're looking for another subject to study, definitely study some of the stories there in Winona, Ohio. Of course, a little wheel there, flax scutching, classic. I think we even picked up the mug there from the Winona Historical Society. Again, check them out. And then we have some of the books here that have been digitized and some of the ones that haven't been. Of course, one of the big things we do here at the Tea Garden Historical Society is we love to digitize books, take old books, scan them in on the computer, turn them into PDFs, so people 100 years from now can still find the information long after the time that these books are broken down. So yeah, that's one of the big things we do here. Jesse heads up that department. And we did receive some donations today. And of course, this money goes right back into the digitizations. We're going to use this money to buy more books so we can keep scanning, keep releasing. So if anybody wants any copies of any of these books, of the ones we've done so far, get a hold of us. And we've received some awesome donations even today. Yeah, so even today we had some awesome donations come in. The first one here from Gary Phillips. He donated some awesome information there about Latonia. A brief history, but of course tons of information in there. Then we have some other stuff here from Barb Dotson Rice. Yeah, she donated these papers here, some receipts, a fishing license, all kinds of awesome information right there from one of her relatives. We also received a copy of this Good Housekeeping there, 1927, super old magazine, super cool right there. Ron Micah donated this. He's been donating a few items lately. Super awesome. We appreciate the donations, the support that everybody's been giving us here at the Tea Garden Historical Society. And so that's our display this week. Of course, next week's going to be Columbiana County Part 3. We might even have a presentation. We'll see what happens there. Keep an eye on all of our social media sites. We're going to make posts all through the week and keep everybody updated on what we're going to be doing. And again, we appreciate the support. If you want to become a member, just stop over on a Monday or get a hold of us online at our email address, tgardenvicinity@gmail.com. And again, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Have an awesome day.